Okay, so in this problem here, again, 13 and 14, doing the review, it still continues shooting on with solving by best any method you want to do. In 13, sorry, I had to write it. It says a squared plus 10a minus 10 equals negative 9. Again, I'm going to determine that I can't take the square root because I have the two terms, so I can't do that. So then I'm going to say, can I complete the square? Well, a is 1, b is 10, that's divisible by 2. So again, just like I did in problem number 12, I'm going to complete the square. So I'm going to do that by first moving my constants over, adding the 10. That gives me a squared plus 10a plus some number I'm going to come to later. Negative 9 plus 10 is 1 plus some number. Now, this some number that I keep referring to is taking the b value, dividing it by 2, and squaring it, 25. So I have 25 here and here. In doing so, this part should come down to my binomial squared is equal to 1 plus 25 is 26. So the next step here is take the square root both sides. Square root here gives you just a plus 5 is equal to, anytime I do the square root, plus minus. Square root 26. Subtract my 5. A is going to give us negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 26. The only thing we need to do next is kind of think about what numbers can multiply to 26. The only two numbers that you can come up with are 2 and 13. Neither of them break down, so this is actually our simplified answer. Again, this problem would not have been factorable, but it would have been to be able to solve by quadratic function, or formula, sorry. So in number 14, okay, I cannot take the complete the square because I have the two terms. I cannot complete the square because a is not 1, and this looks maybe, I probably maybe could factor it, but because of the bigger numbers, I'm going to jump right into my quadratic formula. So negative, that's a positive 3, sorry, I'll erase that. Negative 3 plus minus square root 3 squared minus 4 times negative 6 times 6 all over 2 times negative 6. So we simplify, we get negative 3 plus or minus the square root. Okay, so you want to do 3 squared minus 4 times negative 6 times 6. Okay, let's give you 153 all over negative 12. Then you want to try to see if you can break down 153. So you want to say to yourself, all right, what can break down 153? All the evens numbers won't work in there, but maybe you could do dividing it by 3. So when you divide it by 3, you get 3 times 51. And then you got to say, all right, 3 drops down. Can I break down 51 further? And you can to 3 and 17. So here's your pair, a 3. So I'm going to kind of come over to here a little bit. So that means I have negative 3 plus minus 3 radical 17 all over negative 12. Okay? So in simplifying this then, okay, what we need to do here is separate it and say negative 3 over negative 12 plus minus 3 square root 17 over negative 12. Alright, so I can divide here. Negative 3 divided by negative 12 works out to be a positive 1/4 plus or minus. 3 divided by negative 12, again, is going to be a 1/4 or just the square root of 17 over 4. And this would be my simplified answer.